education is part of culture. And then what we instill into our children right from when they are toddlers, follow them, throughout the days of their life. They are graduating today, moving to another world. What I told them during my speech is that they are going to the longer society now, the larger society, where they are going to meet different type of people, where they're going to meet different type of human beings. And then the discipline that is instilled into them should be something that should follow them, wherever they go in the nearest future. I prayed for them, and I know that leaving secondary school, is when you leave secondary school, you think you are still a baby, but from tomorrow you will know that you are no more a baby, because the idea of waking up in the morning, coming to school, closing, you are home, time has gone, only on weekend. Even weekend you go to church. Some go to Islamia. You now see the different, things differently, because when you wake up in the morning, you are at home. If you are lucky enough to get admission on time, you go into university, but if you are not, you are home. That's why I told them in my speech today that they should hold on to God, and then they should discipline. Discipline matters in everything you do in life, and they should follow what their parents have taught them for years. This will, take them to higher level. Overcomers International School have been doing their best. When we join them, the school environment, the teachers, the curriculum, though they are following the same curriculum with others. So, but what they can do differently is in the area of management, they should make sure that their teachers are well trained. Though they are trying, but they should do more managerial training, capacity building, to teachers, because it's what the teachers have they instill into the children. So I think in the area of capacity building, they should try and do more. I left secondary school in the year 1991. No, though it's supposed to be 1990, but there was no WAEC in the whole Lagos State in 1990. So we are the first set of SSE. Flashback. It's not as our own graduation is not as big as this, but we thank God. And then what I will advise the graduates today is go into the world, tap into every opportunity you see, and then be disciplined. Because when you are disciplined, you will not commit any crime. When you are disciplined, you respect your God. Be disciplined, follow what has been impacted in you.
I would say it's a good experience, unlike the previous years, because the previous years they used canopy here and rain usually obstructs, because so far I know, but now there has been some improvement, and even the environment service, even conducive, at least they have improved. So I would say everything is going on well. First of all, they should be real in what they are doing. What I have noticed in schools these days, because let me bring back to what we did far back. Those days, let me say it, I will say I'm encouraging or I'm discouraging. There are some extent in which some children, when they are going the wrong way, the teacher or the person in charge tends to discipline the child or the pupil. But in these days, because I'm saying from some experiences, like my wife, then she was once an admin in a school before she left. But they discovered that whenever they discipline a child, the parents will come and fight the teacher in the school. And with that kind of thing, to some extent, I won't lie to you, there's no way the teacher or the people in charge of the school can be able to discipline the child to an extent. But I'm not saying they should discipline the child, because some of them, they can go out of the way. Like what we saw in social media, that some teachers are disciplining their children. We're not saying they should not discipline, but there should be a limit. And again, in terms of the culture and in terms of the environment, they should be real, because adopting a foreign lifestyle like this British curriculum, American curriculum, and what have you, is a good thing. But there are some cultures they have there that is not working with our own. So they should come in like a real Nigerian, follow the Nigerian culture, Once, because when you look at it, Nigerians stand out whenever they find themselves. But when they follow the Nigerian culture, it's going to be what? Very okay. And it's going to help the children. And most of the children in Nigeria is going to help them. So with Nigerian culture, I can tell you, Nigerians are the best anywhere they find themselves. Nigerians are the best. So when we imbibe this Nigerian culture in us and do discipline, you will see that most Nigerian children are more disciplined. I've come across so many foreigners' children. When you see them in the morning, just for instance in the morning, they'll just walk and pass you. But when you see Nigerian children, they will say, a carrot, sir, today, well, good morning, that kind of thing. So with those kind of things, it's sweetens most parents, it sweetens even more of us. Because when you see an adult or a kid growing up, snubbing someone, just walking as if she didn't see anybody, it will look like, what kind of culture is this? That's the first thing we attack. But when we embed the Nigerian culture in our children, it will make the environment more conducive and the children will grow more better.
There's nothing as good as education. Like we always say, education is very legacy for our children. And Vocational National College has lived up to that expectation. I'm proud to be a parent here, and the educational system here is what we really desire. They really helping us to know our children and knowledge of the character. For me, that's it. Management of the school has been doing their best to see that we build the children in terms of learning character. I mean, what would I would recommend in terms of going forward areas of this? I mean, technology is taking over the world currently, and for me, that's why I would say the school also follow that trend, that technology trend, so that the school is not left behind, children are not left behind. They are able to also follow the trend of using technology in the educational system for children. I think that would be a good one for the school. For the graduate, this is a new phase they are entering into. They've learned a lot. The school have built them in terms of knowledge and character, like I said earlier. As they go forth, my request to them is that all that they've learned here and all the skills and knowledge they've learned here, this is the time for them to put it into use, and they should not be dedicated to their studies. Yes, there are proper challenges out there, but they should believe that they have all it takes in them to succeed even as they go ahead. For those who are going into university, talking about the graduate student, I want them to see that they to gain. The sky is not just their limits. There's higher things ahead of them to do. Hard working, dedication, fear of God.
Very important because it marks a phase. They are moving from one phase to another, and we are highly delighted as parents to see our children graduate from one phase to the other. What I can say is that they are doing very well. My daughter joined them in SS1, and honestly speaking, I saw tremendous improvement from where she was coming from, and in short, I'm really proud of this. I advise them is to be patient, one step at a time. They should not join this yahoo kind of thing. They should not be in a hurry to make money. They should take it one step after the other, and they'll get to their destination.
It's actually a bit scary on your first day. It's a bit scary on your first day, but then you go into it. It's becoming friendly and exciting. First of all, say thank you. It was like, honestly, normally I'm a bit shy. I'm a bit of a shy person. Then when I came to school, I think I learned how to go. So I want to say thank you. Sport was great. That's what I'll miss.
The significance of today is a time when we gather and we celebrate children who have worked very hard for spending 6 years in the secondary section, and for the excellent work they have done, and dedication, the resilience, and the hard work. So today is just a time where we gather and celebrate them for everything that they have done and send them forth as they step out into a higher level of education. I think one thing I know that we are very proud of is our values education. We train children values that will stay with them for life. Because one thing we realize is that a lot of people out there's some people out there that are academically sound, but they lack the right attitude and some skills and some values that they don't have that does not make them to remain in the job or in wherever they're doing. So here in Vocational College, we focus on values, we focus on skills, tech skills, social skills, every skill that will make them to better entrepreneurs and future leaders. And advice to all the graduates that they should remain focused because the world out there is very busy and can be very distracting. So they need to focus, put their eye on the game, and at the end of just 4 years and they'll be done and they can soar higher to wherever they want to be. So they should not go to university and see a lot of distractions and now misstep or miss the prize. So they should go to school and focus and they will see that they come out excellently well. And the primary thing is funding. Government should provide funds well easily accessible to private owners, private school owners, and it will make it very tax. If tax can be reduced, you know, sometimes we see private schools as a place where people make money. And personally, I've been running for the past 10 years after my parents. I found that it's not really as it seems out there because there are a lot of expenses, and education is expensive. We need to build tech rooms, we need to build science lab, we need to start advancing, and all these things involves money. Even teachers work to involve money, and there's so much we are putting a lot of burden on parents. That's why schools are very expensive. They put so much of this burden on parents. Why some schools that don't take burden on parents, they reduce the quality of which they give to children. So I think government should put a lot of funding available so that school owners can be able to do good things like create facilities in their systems and it's easier for them to pay the loan back. So if government can assist a lot of schools with that, we have so many schools that will have good facilities and produce good children.